If you're over 60 and you're struggling to walk up and down stairs because of knee pain, I want to share with you the only 3 exercises that you need to become pain-free. And at the end, I'm going to share one bonus move that's also going to enhance the quality of these exercises. One of the most common causes of knee pain when walking up and down the stairs is something called patellofemoral pain syndrome, or PFPS, sometimes called runner's knee. And here's why. It's due to increased load on the kneecap, which is caused by 3 to 5 times your body weight going through the kneecap when you tackle some stairs. And if the kneecap doesn't track quite smoothly, this causes extra stress and irritates the cartilage underneath. And usually it's down to a weak VMO, which is the quad muscle on the inside of your leg there, or hip stabilizers can cause the kneecap to slide slightly out of its groove, and this shows up as pain on stairs or doing squats or sitting for long periods of time. Some other contributors though are a tight IT band, weak glutes, or prior injuries. And in short, if your knees hurt when you're walking up and down stairs, it's often a sign that the kneecap isn't tracking properly. Okay, so we are going to need 2 pieces of equipment for this, okay? And I've got a foam roller here, and I've got a looped band to get these things done. So if you haven't got these pieces of equipment, that's totally fine, but I am going to recommend you use this, okay? So first of all, the first exercise that we're going to do is something called a banded knee extension. So I'm going to use this loop band here, and I'm going to use a pole, and I'm also going to show you how to use a door anchor to do this if you so require, okay? So what you're going to do, you're going to loop this around this way, and you're just going to make it sort of tight that way. And you want the band to be at knee height, and it's going to sit just behind the back of your leg there. So be careful, get your balance, pop your leg in there. What I want you to do is take that leg back on using the ball of your foot. I want you to just step down that way, okay? Adjust the other leg forward just a little bit, and you're going to find a lot of tension on the band that way, and you're going to find the inside muscle of the quad start to fire up. That's exactly the exercise we want. You're going to brace yourself on this wall, let the knee drift forward, and you're going to stamp your heel back on the floor and really squeeze. Let it come forward again, and again squeeze it. You want to hold the squeeze for about 2 to 3 seconds to make sure that quad activates. And you're going to do this 12 to 15 times as you do it. And obviously you would swap legs over to do the other side as well. So when you buy these bands, they may or may not come with a door anchor. This is a kind of a door anchor that I'll be using for this one. But all it is, you've got a big weighted end this way, and then you've got something that you can loop the bands in that way, right? So on the end there, what I will do is I'll feed the band through this way, and then just feed it through itself again. And then what you've got is a very strong door anchor. So when you've got this door anchor set up, what you're going to do, you're going to find a door that stops on the way you're going to pull it, okay? So don't lock the other side. And you put this on the back of the door that way. And then you pull the door shut, and then you've got this very strong anchor that's not going to come off, and it's very, very safe. So again, obviously you would lower it back down to where my knees were, and you repeat the exercise next to a door, and this is how you would do this exercise without having a pole or a post to wrap into. So the next exercise that we're going to do, I want you to pay a little bit of caution to this as well. It's called a step down. Now, you already got knee pain stepping down off a step, obviously. So I want you to be really careful with this, okay? But we do need to control it. So I've got a small step here. And what we're going to do, we're going to stand on to the step, and you're gently going to lower yourself down in a controlled manner that way. Now, what I will say, that might well cause you pain because you already have it. So you use a smaller step or a smaller box. You could even use a book if you needed to stand on. But the idea is you want to get that controlled knee bend progressively to build up to it. Because we know if we can get our foot on the floor and bend it gently, it's something called a closed chain exercise, which means all the muscles of the leg fire at the same time, and we want this to be pain-free as well. And if you do it progressively, you're going to build up the strength and hopefully alleviate that knee pain when you come to a bigger step. Again, you want to be doing about 12 to 15 reps on each side as well to even your body out and make sure your leg's nice and strong, and you want to be doing it that way as well. But do be careful though, if any pain happens, either don't do the exercise at all, find a lower step, or speak to a professional, whether it be a physiotherapist or a personal trainer that works with people like you, to give you something that's more personalized as well. Okay, the third exercise we're going to look at is something called a banded glute bridge, okay? And I've got a little bit of a different way to do this. What you're going to do, you're going to loop the band in half, and you're going to wrap it around your knees this way. Now what I want you to do, a lot of people do glute bridges like this. They have their legs apart and they sit up that way. This doesn't do a huge amount, all right? And what I want you to do is activate the glutes when you do it. So I want you to bring your feet closer together, drop your knees out and actively push out, and then lift your glutes up. And you'll feel the glutes light up straight away, okay? And it doesn't happen when you do it this way. It needs to happen. You need your hips or legs to be slightly externally rotated. So you're gonna push it out, actively hit the band again, head on the floor if that's comfortable, and lift up your glutes and really get into fire. Now you're gonna hang out just here and you're gonna sit here for about 30 to 40 seconds for this one. And when you're finished, you're gonna come back to the start, wait 30 seconds, and again, repeat that again 2 more times, all right? So really important you keep your toes together. This is gonna give you the max activation for your glute, going a long way to strengthen all the muscles that you need to actually support your knee pain. Now, I've got one more move that I want to share with you guys, okay, before we go. I'm going to share with you a bonus move that not many people talk about when they talk about patella pain, right? And when I said at the beginning, it means that your kneecap doesn't track right within your sort of, in your knee, right? So I want you to imagine, okay, that the groove in my hand is where the patella sits that way. It sits in this groove, and it's supposed to do this. And when you do this, it actually works perfectly. But if it's dragged to one side, you can see it goes over that bony part there, and it causes a lot of pain. Now, although the quad and the glutes protect the muscles and align the knee properly, there's one other thing called the IT band. And the IT band comes down to the side of your knee, onto your kneecap, and right up into your hip. It's a big band of ligament that comes down. And if this is tight as well, it's gonna pull the knee to the side. So yes, you can strengthen the quad to bring the knee back, but if you don't loosen this off as well, you end up, not working as well as it should. So, people do foam rolling, you'll often see people do this on the floor, and it's very, very painful because you got the end or the apex of that the foam roller digging into the side of your leg, and if you're a little bit heavier, it actually really, really hurts. So a nicer way to do it, and to get the same benefit as well, is that you start a little bit high, and you can put as much pressure on as you want. You just lean into it a little bit. Now, instead of rolling up and down this way, I want you to roll your body inwards, then outwards, okay? And then once you do the top bit, you take it down 1/2 inch, lean into it again, go back, and then forward. And when you find a really painful point, like that is for me, you're gonna settle here for about 20 seconds. And it'll dissipate, it won't feel so hard, right? Then you take it off again, drop it down a little bit more, lean into it again, okay? And then you're gonna roll forward and roll backwards, and when you find the spot, you're just going to hold. So what it looks like is that this will go down, you roll your body around it, goes down a bit further, down again. And when you release your IT band and you strengthen the muscles, you're more likely to have way less pain than if you just strengthened alone, which is really, really important. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is weight loss. If you're somebody that is carrying quite a bit of extra weight and you're getting it, it's going to exacerbate your pain, okay? Because think of it like what I said earlier, it's 3 to 5 times your body weight going through that poor knee joint. And if your muscles are weak and you're carrying extra weight, that is a huge amount of stress and strain going through those joints, and it causes way more pain as well. My recommendation would be to definitely try and lose some weight. It's going to help you take a stress off the joints, strengthen the muscles, and you're going to be in good shape. Now, if you're struggling with that and you're looking for a way to lose weight, you've got no idea what to do whatsoever, I do have a free guide in the description called the 10-Step Calorie Deficit Blueprint. It counts every single way that you need to become in a calorie deficit so you can lose weight. So go and check that out, and I guarantee that if weight loss is a struggle for you, you're going to be much more educated and much more prepared to lose some of that weight, right? So I hope you enjoyed the video. That's my best tips possible, my 3 best exercises, and 1 bonus to help you walk up and down stairs a little bit easier. I'm going to leave another video in the corner which again tackles knee pain, so head over there and I will see you shortly.